how well are you trained in music? I know a little. I studied it.
Bonjour, everyone. Hey, it's Mike. I just got back from a vacation to Montreal. I went up the St. Lawrence River and visited like Magdalen Islands where it was really windy. So I thought I would do a video on how to draw hair blowing in the wind. So the first thing I got here is I have a face. So that's the first step. Draw a face. And there's a lot of steps involved, but I just wanted to focus on the hair for this video. So I started with just the face. And the second thing I want to do is establish where the wind is blowing from. So we're going to say left to right. The wind is blowing from the left to the right. Next, I'm going to figure out on her head where her hair is going to be flowing from. So sometimes it flows from the left, sometimes the right, and sometimes it parts in the middle. So we'll say it all flows from this point on the left side, kind of like that. And this point is, I guess you could say it's right above her eye on the left. And now we're going to start drawing her hair. So I'm going to start with her sideburns, and coming from that point, I'm going to draw two lines, these subtle S curves. And those are the types of curves we're mainly going to draw, is just regular curves and S curves. So this one for sideburns are S curves. Now from this imaginary point again, well, it's not imaginary, it's invisible. We're going to draw two curves connected at a point. And now for her bangs, I'm going to draw a really long S curve. And you can see that for this drawing, it's really sketchy. I'm not trying to make the perfect line. I'm just kind of feeling it out, trying to find the shape of the line that I like. And, sometimes when you're sketching these lines that stray away, you might like them and you can use them as the final line. So now above this S curve, I'm going to draw a curve down to her ear. And I'm going to connect the S curve and that last curve that we drew. So a line going up. And now a line going down. And this one is going to be her other sideburns. Or the hair that's just where the sideburns are, next to the ear. And it's like a zigzag shape. So now we have our sideburns and our bangs, and let's draw some hair on the top of her head. So again, from our invisible point, I'm going to draw a big S curve, and right below that, a smaller S curve. So big, small. Then from the second line, I'm going to draw another S curve. Remember, flowing towards the right, because we established that the wind is blowing towards the right. So big S curve. And below that, I'm just going to draw, I'm going to reshape the top. See, you don't even have to erase when you're sketching. If you want to make the shape bigger, then you just draw a bigger shape. It's sort of like, I guess it's sort of like sculpting. You add clay, or you take away clay. And sketching is the same. You just kind of add lines to make the shape bigger. So on the right, yet another S curve. And now just to change things up a bit, for this next section, I think I should draw the shape bigger, just for variation, because we've drawn smaller hair shapes. So now let's draw a bigger shape. And again, in sketching, sometimes you'll draw a line that you don't like, and no worries. It's all good. You just grab your eraser and you just erase it. So I don't like that lower curve, but I like the top one, so I'm going to keep it. And I'm not quite sure what this section is going to look like. So I'm going to come back to that point later. This part right here. But I'm going to try something else here on the bottom right. Again, another big shape, just to vary it up a little bit. So big shape, small shape for contrast. And I think I like how that's looking. So now all I have to do is now connect these curves that I drew to that other curve. Fill in this gap right here, maybe with just a little shape. And you can add lines inside the hair, just like this. For detail, just remember that it flows from that point on the left side, flows to the right. Okay, so now on the left side, it's going to be a little different. So on the left side of her head, it's going to be, I guess it's a little easier. I'm just going to draw a curve above her ear, follow it behind her ear. And the reason we do this is because the wind on the left side is blowing this hair against her head. So it's kind of like smashed, not smashed, but it's pressed against her head and it flows out towards the other side. So blowing all on the right side and against her head on the left side. And you can also add a cowlick. I always see some artists drawing cowlicks on their characters, and I'm just trying to make it blow in the wind, so I'm curving it towards the right. And now I'm just going to do some erasing that guideline for the head that we used before. And while I was erasing, I guess I erased too much, but I had this effect that I liked. So I was erasing like the tips of the hair, and I noticed that it helps to make the hair feel lighter. So by not connecting the lines, somehow it gives this effect that the hair is more, it's lighter, it's more airy, and I kind of like it. So now I'm going to do just a little bit of shading, and just to wrap up this video, I'm just going to shade the lower part of her hair. And I hope that was helpful to you guys and gave you some ideas for drawing hair, especially in the wind. And I just kind of went over the things that I think about when I'm drawing the hair in the wind. You know, it's deciding on a wind direction, so you can always fall back on that. Hair is blowing towards the right. And also picking a spot on the head where the hair is flowing from. So on this drawing, we decided to choose the left side, and so all the hair is flowing from that point towards the right. And you can even see that I'm adding in little accents of hair. You know, we have the big shapes of hair, but we also have just one long line here and there, just for little you know, just variation in hair. And so yeah, try that in your drawings and let me know how that goes and if it was helpful. And again, I just got back from vacation, went to beautiful Canada, and love that country and love the people. Such a beautiful place. And so I'll be making more videos for you guys, so stay tuned for that. All right, so take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys next time.